Hello friends, it's Dave here from SaveDex, here to bring you another review. Today I am looking at What Lies in the Multiverse, which has recently been released on the Nintendo Switch, Steam, PlayStation and Xbox, but I will be looking at the Nintendo Switch version of the game. Just to pre-warn you, this is a mature game, not just because there are some naughty words, even on the eShop blurb, but also due to some darker themes in the game that may disturb some people. As well as depictions of drugs and alcohol, there are also flashing images as well, which the game does warn you about at the start. Thank you very much to the publisher for providing us with a review copy. The story overall is a touch difficult to explain, but I'll give you the setup. You play as an unnamed kid who creates a simulation for entering parallel worlds. On doing so, he meets Everett, a Willy Wonka style person who can shift into different realities. You become his assistant and navigate your way through different worlds, each represented in chapter form, and there are plenty of other people to meet along the way. A particular group you encounter help to drive the narrative forward. That's all I'll explain about the story, as it is one you should experience yourself, and I will only show footage from the first 3 chapters as well, as I don't want to spoil too much. One strength of this game does come from the humour. The character Everett is a wacky individual and kinda unpredictable as well, and your character just seems to go along with it. There is a lot of funny writing in this game, and the cast in general is very likeable. But a good story and enjoyable cast is nothing if they are stuck in a bad game, but luckily this isn't the case. What we've got here is a 2D puzzle platformer. As you explore the different worlds, basically just making your way to the end each time, your moveset is very simple, with just the B button to jump and Y to interact with things. But the main feature of this game comes with the ability to switch between realities. Just a simple press of the ZR button and you can shift to the parallel world to alter the state of the level. You might be in a happy-go-lucky area filled with people in a bar or monks at a monastery, but switch to an alternate world and bam! It's a dystopian world and there are corpses where those people once stood. Not every transformation is like this, but each level not only brings a different theme, but also a unique twist in how the world alters with each transformation. It's not all about world shifting though. A lot of the puzzle platforming revolves around pushing blocks, carrying boxes and hitting switches in the correct order to open doors and find keys. These puzzle solving areas were very well laid out, and there were certainly a lot of noodle scratchers to be had here. The gimmick of switching between realities also adds a new twist to the gameplay, as each chapter gives you a different function. Like I said, the alternate universe you switch to differs chapter by chapter, so you'll be in a level where you can change it to an ice age using ice physics to help you make a jump, but then switching it back to water so you can pass through it. But you'll also have things like vines to climb, toxic areas, or flipping gravity upside down in later stages. You'll also find areas within white boxes that don't allow switching between dimensions, so you'll really need to experiment and plan ahead. Chapter 6, which I won't show but will briefly explain, actually has no switching at all, and it's a huge area with doors and lifts all over the place, and you need to navigate your way around to find all the key cards. And you know what? I really loved that chapter. Even without the main gimmick of the game, it really did hold its own in just using the simple base mechanics. The game goes for a pixel art style with little detail in the character model, although there is a lot of personality shown in the animations of the characters as well as their faces shown on text boxes. The music was very in keeping to the gameplay as well, and one part of the sound design I particularly enjoyed were the noises playing as characters talked. It had a chirpy noise similar to Paper Mario, but every character had a different tone which made them stand out. The general platforming worked well and provided a good challenge throughout. The kid can only fall from a certain height without dying, but checkpoints are frequent. But we did find the fall deaths unnecessary overall and seemed to serve as an annoying delay. The game itself does seem to be divided into 2 sections, puzzle solving and story. It feels like you get left on your own during a puzzle platforming area, getting used to that chapter's gimmick, but when you solve your way through it, you get a bit of a small talk and walk section, where you will meet a character, have some text boxes, walk a bit further, more text, and so on. This does help to break down the gameplay a bit, although generally I would have preferred to not be interrupted so much. The story and characters are interesting and likeable enough that it wasn't too much of a drawback. The game costs £13.49, €14.99 or $14.99 and has a 10% discount up until the beginning of April. I personally really enjoyed my time with this game. There are some Twitch platforming elements, as well as exploration and puzzle solving, and an entertaining story with fun characters. There are also achievements to unlock to keep completionists busy, some of which are unlocked by dying in unique ways. And there are some pop culture references I noticed as well, adding to the game's sense of humour. Another aspect to add to the game are memories you can find through collecting things left by NPCs, and these can get quite dark at times. You can keep track of how many you found in each chapter on the game's menu screen. So I do give this game a recommendation. It's a quirky title for its characters, humour, story and design, but it can have some darker moments and times where we were genuinely shocked. The levels were very well designed. It was simple to pick up and play with the controls, and it was challenging to play through overall. To answer the game's question, what lies in the multiverse? A very good game apparently. So those were my thoughts on what lies in the multiverse. What do you think of this game? Have you given it a try yet? And let me know in those comments down below what you think of it based on the footage you've seen. While you're down there, if you wanted to hit that like button if you like this video, that helps us out, as well as subscribing if you don't want to miss any more videos from us in the future. So thank you so much for watching everyone, we'll see you in the next one.